Aloha, George Krischke here with Honolulu High Five. Today we're going to discuss 7 real estate investment strategies. Number 1, buy a fixer home as an owner-occupant, move in and use sweat equity to improve the home value. Now, improving the home value, we also call it force equity. And as an owner-occupant, you have usually access to the lowest available interest rates, the most favorable financing option. And using your sweat equity, you really get the biggest bang for your buck to improve the value. Strategy number 2, buy your home as an owner-occupant and find roommate tenants to cover your mortgage. This is a terrific way to start off in real estate and start building a portfolio. And as long as you're okay living with tenants and living with your roommates. Number 3, buy your next home again as an owner-occupant and turn your current home into a rental property. Now, you can apply as an owner-occupant for a home as long and as many times as you truthfully intend to live in the property as an owner-occupant. And usually after about a year, if you lived in it for about 1 year, then you can turn it into a rental and buy the next home again as an owner-occupant, get the favorable financing, and again after another year you turn that into a rental and you do it again and again. Number 4, sell your principal residence after having lived in it for 2 years and trade up. Internal Revenue Code section 121 allows you to sell your principal residence if you've lived in it for 2 years and be exempt from paying capital gains taxes up to $250,000 in gains for a single tax filer and up to $500,000 in gains for married couple joint tax filer. Now, there's no limitations on how many times you can do this during your lifetime, as long as you sell your principal residence. The only limitation is you can only do it once every 2 years. So I have clients that trade up every 2 years. And number 5, buy the early bird special in the next condo project. It takes about 2 years plus to build a condo, a high-rise building. And when you purchase the early offering, quite often you get the most favorable pricing. And by the time you get the keys 2 years later, often you have some built-in equity in there. And all of that without having made a single mortgage payment during this time. And number 6, trade up your underperforming rentals into better cash flowing rentals. Now, what you can do here is you use a 1031 exchange and named after section 1031 of the Internal Revenue Code, and you roll your equity into better performing rentals. Now, better performing rentals could be a brand new condo project. Now, in order to make the 180-day time frame that comes along with a 1031 exchange, in order to make it work with your 2-year condo construction time frame, you might have to use temporarily your personal funds and to tie up the property in escrow, and then later on you do the switch in escrow, and in our blog post we'll explain how to do that properly. And number 7, finally, if you're tired of all your rentals and you want to get rid of them, what you can do is you again do a 1031 exchange and you sell your rentals and you buy your future dream home principal residence. By using a 1031 exchange, you successfully sold your rentals with deferring capital gains taxes. And in order to qualify to have this valid 1031 exchange, your future dream home principal residence has to be rented out for a minimum of 1 year plus or so. Have it show up on your on 2 subsequent tax returns on your Schedule E as an investment property, and after that you move in and life is good, you enjoy it. And the next step is you then sell your current principal residence under Section 121 again, and take advantage of the exclusion up to $250,000 or $500,000 tax exemption. And that's the way you roll. Mahalo for watching, and thanks until next time. Aloha.